Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing our Sally Hensen Miracle Gel Color Swatch Challenge, and we're going to be doing holiday designs. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, comment, hit that like button, click on that notification bell for future videos, and let's get started. So I am doing regular nail polish today, which means we won't be using any lamps today, and I'm using OPI base coat nail polish, and I'm going to be applying one coat of this onto each nail. And this dries fairly quickly, but I did maybe give it I did so many things after I put this coat on, so I think it might have been 30 minutes. Yeah, I think so. Before I laid down another coat on top of this. So, you do want to give it some time to dry, because as we layer the regular nail polishes, I just think it would end up drying faster, and also it provides a nice dry layer for you to work on. So today's color that we're using today is Gelish. Oh my lord, not Gelish. Jealous Boyfriend. Um, I like this color. I love greens, so any part of the green family I'm all about. And this is such a nice dark color, and I only needed one coat of this, as you can see. It applies on a little thick, so you would have to go in and just wipe off the excess with your brush, but I actually like to have that thickness just level out on the nail. And this ensures that it'll slowly kind of fill in where I didn't put the nail polish, so not that it would flood the cuticle area. I try not to put too much of that, but where it is a little excessive, I'm using my cuticle pusher to scrape off the excess. So for this application, I might have given it another 30 minutes to dry, if not a little bit longer. After I applied this, I started working on my other nails that I'm going to be posting this week. So that probably took about 30 minutes to get the background colors onto my full cover tips. And again, I just want to make sure that this is dry. We're going to be stamping on these nails, so I want to make sure that when I'm stamping, the nail polish is not going to stick on the stamper, and the pressure that I'll apply on the stamper is not going to smush the nail polish below. So I'm using Born Pretty stamping plate BPL018. And today we're going to be using, now let's see if my descriptions, we're going to be using the middle one. We're going to use the middle one, and then there's this like fence looking one off to the right. We're going to be using that as well. So the concept of this, I don't know, it came off as like ugly sweater, an ugly sweater design, so that's where that came from. And I'm just putting some color in. I'm using Born Pretty stamping polishes. I've got this gold and this metallic red one going on here, and I just wanted to incorporate those colors in with it. One thing that I found doing this, and I normally forget, but you're timed when you're doing stamps. So from the moment that you lay down the stamping polish onto the plate, you have time, a certain amount of time before that stamping polish dries that you can scrape the excess off to fill the stamp. And then from that point, you do have a certain amount of time before that polish dries for you to pick up the polish onto your stamper. If you allow that to dry to a certain point, you won't be able to pick it up. Now, in doing this right now, this is lapse time, and plus I was kind of like thinking, what the hell am I going to do? That metallic red stamping polish has definitely had a moment to dry. So, when I tried to stamp this onto my nail, it wasn't as tacky as I would like it to be, so it wasn't sticking to my nail. In situations like that, I mean, if you really wanted it perfect, you just have to do it all over again. If you wanted to try to save it, you can apply some clear base coat on the stamper and either let that fully dry, peel it off, and then stick it onto your nail, or allow it to dry a little bit and then you can stamp it onto your nail, but that leaves it a little smushy. So you're better off allowing that clear polish to dry, and then you can carefully peel it off your stamper and stick it onto your natural nail or whatever nail you're going to put it on. But you have to be careful, like I'd use tweezers because it's sticky and it'll stick to anything. Maybe in a future video, I'll show you what I mean by all that jabber. So now I'm just taking the gold and I'm using this kind of lattice design here. I'm using it for all the other nails. The thumbnail was more of the accent nail for this one. But I'm going to put the gold on the index, middle, and pinky finger, and I'm going to create somewhat of a accent nail by just switching up the colors. So I'm having gold again for the index, middle, and pinky, and then for the ring finger, I'm going to use the metallic red just to switch it up. So I guess essentially I have two accent nails. Plus, I love the play of color. I find it a little boring when you use, one color for the same thing. So, as you see on my other hand, my long nail Christmas nails are still staying strong, and I love the color combos I've had on that. So the next step here after that fully dries, I'm just going to put a layer of OPI top coat, and I've selected some rhinestones to put on my nails. I'm not going to put any on the thumbnail. That sweater design is good enough. And then I'm just going to be taking a red rhinestone and flank it with these gold little rhinestones and add some caviar beads. And I'm going to do this for the other fingers, the middle finger and the pinky. And for the ring finger, I'm just going to invert the colors, use a large gold rhinestone and flank it with small red rhinestones and fill it with caviar beads. So it's going to be a nice classic look. The colors are kind of dark, but it's nice and warm, so I like this look. Out of the designs that I'm doing all month long, the ones that I actually put on my hands are the ones that I want to rock out in public, even though, my hands never match each other. But that's okay. It leads to an interesting conversation, because I get that all the time. Like, people see my one hand and then they're like, oh wow, that is such a pretty design, let me see. And then I hold out one hand thinking, okay, this is good enough for you, but then they look at my other hand like they really wanted to see it. And when they see the other hand, they're like, oh, that's different. And different lengths too. But anyway, I'm going in with a Q-tip and nail cleanser. I forgot to run out and get some acetone, so I'm putting a little elbow grease to get this nail polish off my fingers. But I'm definitely going to have to remind myself to get more acetone. But acetone works better on regular nail polish, but you do have to be careful because if you hit, you know, areas that you want to keep on, it could smudge it, it could remove it. Yeah, so just be careful that. And that's the only downside I feel with regular polish. I love it because, you know, it's readily available. You can get it anywhere. It's not expensive. And it's good on your, it's not as bad as gel on your nails. But at the same time, like, you actually have to sit there and wait for it to dry. Otherwise, your design is just going to be totally ruined. As I've done plenty of times, I do my nails at night and then I'll end up going to sleep. And as still as I think I'm going to be going to sleep, I end up like sleeping on it and it gets hairlines in my nails. I don't know how. So I'm just taking some Nourish Cuticle Oil after this fully dries, and then I'm going to be rubbing this into each finger, and my hands are just definitely dry. They've been drier. 'Tis the season, so yeah, it's a little embarrassing. Let's oil these suckers up. So here's the end result, my holiday nails, using the nail polish color Jealous Boyfriend. I'm liking the look. It's very classic. Here's a close-up of those lattice nails. And the ugly sweater nail. I know that's coming up soon. I don't have any ugly sweater. I don't have any ugly sweaters. At any rate. Thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me again next time when I continue my Sally Hensen Miracle Gel Swatch Color Challenge doing holiday designs. Thanks you so much. Bye.